Hello, buddy. Welcome back. Let me see. Let me try to clear up a little bit of space here, because I do want to record. Just uploaded 11 and 12 from the Belagar campaign. Get rid of 9, 10, and 11 here. So do you need to get, like, increase my stockpile of VODs here, because I haven't been doing a lot of VODs in the last couple of weeks. So I have so many stockpiled, but I need to keep releasing more, especially when I go on, go out of town next Thursday. I want to have a bunch that I can release for people. Some new stuff. So I'm going to try to VOD some more things. Okay. Should be good. 13 gigs. I'm always, like, right at the very, like, usually within 10 gigs of my system limit, and then I have to, like, delete some stuff, because I have so many videos, like, so many videos. Like, this is probably, like, and I've deleted a lot of these from videos in the games and stuff. I mean, I'd say my videos probably account for, like, half of my total usage on the system. I have, like, 500 gigs total. Anyways, okay, so I'm at 20 LP, I believe. I played a couple off stream last time. Last stream, it was okay. It was okay. It was a little. It started off hot, and then we lost a couple. I think that was last stream. Maybe that was the night stream before that. I don't remember. We've had like a couple. We've just kind of been holding serve around Platinum 2. I'm a really low pick, so I'm probably just gonna ban Janna.
As you wish.
If I'm first or second pick, I will probably play Janet. Don't ban Rakan, you clown! God bless. What is wrong with people? Ugh, I should have hovered it, I guess. Just nobody bans him. We'll see. Hey, what's up? I know, but it needs to be a solid state drive. That's the thing. And the one terabyte solid state, at least when I bought my computer, was too expensive. I know mechanical, you can get multiple terabyte drives, but they just load up so much slower than solid state. And I really need solid state. God, these guys already have terrible attitudes. Come on. Okay, here we go. What do we have? Wait. These... Oh, there he is. Boom. Wait, worldwide weapon. That's not what this is. That's from something else. What? What's going on? Okay, here we go. Okay, worldwide weapon. 50% Renekton. Here's the auto. Vitalis. Doesn't have any Ori games. I don't think. I don't see any. And he said I'm auto-filled, like, you know, it's not going to be good. And they banned Rakan, and I banned Janna. Can't really do... They have Nami. I can't do Sona into Master Yi. What, Gragas, maybe? It's just nothing appealed to Yi. It's left. You know, Nautilus, like, you can't do Nautilus because... Oh, and they get Sivir. You can't do Nautilus because he can just Alpha Strike the Nautilus missile. Twitch is not good here. I don't think. This guy play Twitch? God. No Orianna. God, Hammer, whatever. Did Q for ADC. Virtually no Twitch. I mean, Twitch is not hard to play, but Twitch is not a good pick into this comp. Into their comp. They just have too much stuff that can run them down. I don't have a good peeling support. I think I just have to dodge. There's too many bad things going on there. It just doesn't feel good. I think it should just be a 3-point dodge. If it's a 30, we can log on to a Smurf. Master Yi just creates so many matchup problems. You have to have like heavy peel for him. But he's simultaneously good against a lot of peel champions. Yeah, okay, it's just 6 minutes. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it was just bad. I mean, if I could have had Rakan, then maybe we could pull that off, but it's like the two best supports are banned away. They have someone that scales really well and takes advantage of that. So Master Yi, if you don't have a good peeler. Sivir is probably the best AD carry right now. We have somebody who's on Orianna that doesn't know how to play Orianna. We have people raging at each other already in the chat. 2 or 3 people that just have terrible attitudes. Like 3 people playing champions, they don't know how to play. They just have a better comp in the abstract. They're just not looking good for the home team there. Hey, what's up, Amit? I mean, the matchmaking's fine. That's just random, just the nature of randomness. Any match made like 5-person system like that, it's gonna have, because they can't account for sorry, I was talking too much while I'm drinking. Okay. So, I'll say that I think they should get rid of autofill. Definitely should get rid of autofill. I think most people would be more than happy to wait an extra 2 minutes for a game if it means that they get the role they want. They should just survey people and ask, because I'll guarantee you most people would. Or at the very least, they should not enable autofill. Okay, so either they should take it away entirely, 3 minutes. If they do that, then they could make it to where Diamond Plus has autofill and everyone below that doesn't. Because by Diamond Plus, you should be able to play different roles. I mean, you should be able to do it much lower than that, but more than just 2 roles. Or they should have it to where if you have someone that's a support main on your team, then no one else on your team can be autofilled. Because right now they have it to where supports can't be autofilled. So if you play support, you cannot be autofilled. You get one of your 2 positions. So I think if you have a team that has someone that has filled in support main, that no one else on your team should get autofilled. Because most people get autofilled to support. It should be something like that to lower the autofill. I think that would make it a lot better. However, you know, there's still going to be people that are playing stuff they don't know how to play. They can't really measure that. They like the matchmaking system can't measure boredom. It's like, okay, you got to platinum by playing all ADC and you played, you know, 70% of your games were misfortune, and then all of a sudden you decide you want to play jungle and only play assassins, you know, Kha'Zix, Rengar, Kayn in the jungle, and you're much worse on that than you are on the AD carry role because that's what got you there. I mean, the matchmaking system has no way of accounting for that, right? That's just on the player to do that. And so, you know, you're always going to have stuff like that, whereas people that are playing stuff they don't understand, or people that just pick into a really bad matchup, or maybe the meta shifted against them, so maybe they were really good in the lethality meta like early in the season and they got to, you know, whatever rank they are and now they're not nearly as good, or maybe they were really good but they took like a month or two long break to go play another game and now they're back. Like, there's a million and one reasons that the matchmaking system can't be perfect, right? Because it can't measure all of these different things. So I think that's going to be that way, whether it's with Overwatch or League or just whatever. It'd be hard to design a system that could do that fairly. I'm not a huge fan of Alistar. I have seen him in pro play. I think he's better in pro play than he is in solo queue. He's all right. He's okay. I mean, like, yeah, I'm going to be able to get that coaching done here probably pretty soon. I'll have some done today. I've got about like 7 sessions or so in queue that I'm working on. I did 2, I guess a couple of days ago. So I'll have a couple more today that I'll do. Yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of matchmaking. Hey, thanks, Alvarez. I didn't see you there. I could use secondary storage if I really wanted to. I mean, I'm not really out of room. I just push it to the limit. It's fine. I can just delete old videos if I have to. What's up, Shaw? What's up, Blake? What's up, Aeronagia? Yeah, you didn't miss anything. Just a dodge on the first game. I do think that allowing dodges is good, though. That's your one thing that a lot of people just won't do. I think it would be cool if they allowed more 5-minute dodges. That's the thing. Is I think increase the time, or like increase the amount, right? So make your first dodge 3 and make your second dodge 10. I understand that. But why does it have to be 30 minutes? Like, why can't it just be another 5 minutes? You're already paying the price by losing 10 LP. I don't know why they have to make it 30 minutes. I mean, I understand they don't want a lot of people to dodge. They don't want people to do too many dodges in a day, but realistically, most people don't dodge anyways. It's probably like 5% of the population that knows what a dodge is and when and where and why they should dodge. It's pretty rare, I think, for a lot of people to dodge. Now, they did something like that in the past where there were just like way too many dodges. It took forever to get a game going. But now, I don't know. I feel like they could do that and not... they should at least experiment with that, I think. Or maybe not even like 30 minutes. Just make it 10 minutes or something. Like 30 for a lockout is so long for your second dodge. A 30-minute lockout is forever. Or just make it an increasing amount of LP. Make it 5, 10, 15, 20 LP. And eventually people just won't dodge more. But I think that, you know, just having a 3 LP lockout and then a 10 LP lockout is enough of a penalty. I mean, sacrificing 10 LP on a dodge, that's like half the value of the game. That's going to be very rare to use a 10 LP dodge. You know, for it to be worth someone's time, it has to be a 25% or less chance to win. There's got to be something really bad. So I think that, personally, I would love that if it was just a 5-minute lockout on a 10 LP dodge. Because I don't usually dodge with my 10 LP that much. It has to be pretty bad. But it's the getting locked out for 30 minutes that's really frustrating. Okay, let me get the comments on my phone here. I mean, they could experiment with it and just see, like, you know, if it was too much time. If there were too many dodges, then they could change it around some way or another. But I really don't think there would be that many.
New York Magazine.
Let me get the comments on my phone. Like I said, the vast majority of the population is not savvy to like dodge theory.
The little mage is coming.
I mean, they could experiment with it and just see,
Okay.
like, you know. Hey, thanks, Alex. I mean, I don't know how to pronounce it, man. I don't know what to say. What's up, Kara? I mean, that might be true. If they get rid of autofill, you're saying they would have to expand their pool. I guess that's... I mean, that's alright. I mean, all people get autofilled. At some point on both teams. I think the dodge thing is the big one. I think that it would be very helpful if it was just a 5 or 10 minute lockout instead of a 30 to keep the points the same. Now that would only benefit, you know, the people that understand the power of dodges and things like that, which is probably a small cross section of the community, but I just think autofill feels bad too. Like you feel bad when you get autofilled. Like it's not fun, and I don't know. I feel like there has to be a better way to manage it than that. Whether it's taking longer time or I don't know. I feel like you could just take longer time. Okay, well we've got a mature person here. Really loves pink. I'm probably going to report his name afterwards. It's ridiculous. Okay, G... Yeah, one trick cat. Looks good. Kate's looking good. Okay, this is looking good. J Danger. I think I've played with that guy before. 47. Sly. Doesn't have a lot of Maokai experience, but Maokai's not that hard to play. Very, very powerful. He's played him a little bit in his last few games. Did very well in that game, obviously. Oh, they get the recon, huh? Macrum Zed. Do like Nami or something if I really wanted to. So roll with Sona here.
Only you can hear me, Summoner. What masterpiece shall we play today?
Sona into Hecarim and Zed is a little dicey. Janna would have been great here, but it's still pretty good. Like, we can make it. I guess. I'll just call you Wise. How about that? The Wise. So I don't mispronounce your name. Janna's good against a lot of things, and the problem is, like, LCS is popularizing that now. First of all, Philo popularized it, and now I saw him picked in European LCS in the G2 versus Misfits series a couple of days ago. So she was picked in the first game, Janna was, and then she was banned in the second game. And so a lot of people are going to be on that Janna hype train now. I've obviously been on the Janna hype train for like over a year. You know, Janna's who got me to Diamond last season, and Janna is been my highest win rate champ and most played champ this season. But now everyone's finally catching on. The changes to coin next patch actually helped Janna a lot. Which sounds counterintuitive. What? Because they're nerfing the coin mana regen down to 10%. Here's the thing, though. Janna doesn't need the mana regen. Doesn't matter. Like, it's really good on her because it mimics her passive. So it already fits well with her kit, the quest reward that you get, and all the gold that you get. But you know who does need mana regen is Janna's best counter, which is Sona right now, I think, or certainly one of them. Sona benefits very heavily from having, like, infinite mana in lane. And Sona's someone who can scale just about as hard as Janna late game in terms of team contribution. She's a very good Ardent Sensor user, and she can actually put down some harass early to put pressure on the lane. So Sona's an excellent pick into Janna, but the coin nerfs are going to hurt Sona. Now, Sona will still be really good, but that's the person that'll probably hurt the most, and that's a Janna counter, so that actually helps Janna. It also hurts just anyone that uses a lot of, like, Nami, Karma. Karma's kind of out. Hey, thanks, Yuhei. Hey, Anthony. Yeah, I usually do. I typically do explain my thought process while I play. I don't want to be too repetitive, though. Yeah, so like right there, we just want to poke him out, obviously. But for people who watch the stream all the time, you know, I don't want to sound too repetitive, so I don't say all the super basic stuff, but I do walk through most of my decisions. Okay, so he has courage and not wind speakers, so... Damn it. I was trying to stand in front. Damn it, come on. Ugh. That's gonna freeze right there. I gotta push all the way in. That's annoying. That was pretty bad wave positioning when she died there. If she would have, No, I can't back also. If she would have backed up a little bit more, I was trying to body block the Q, but he was standing right on top of her. So I could not body block the Q from Rakan that killed her. We gotta be a little bit aware. Of Hecarim. Because they just pink that. My exhaust is about to come up. We haven't seen Hecarim top either. Like, there's a very high probability that he's going to be bottom. Damn it, I couldn't see her. Damn, if I'd queued right there, probably... I don't know if he was in range, but it might maybe would have killed him.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
I've tried going for the straight rush Ardent Sensor. It is good, but right now I feel like we need wards. Because Hecarim's so dangerous. So I think I'm going to have to get Oasis here. Yeah, Doran's has been something that a lot of gens... I mean, it's good early game, but it sucks later in the game, I think. I don't know. I don't know the exact math behind all of it. It's weird, but a lot of people have been doing it. Philo talked about it, so everybody's got to do it now. She's probably dead. And I'm dead too. Yeah. Yeah, old 5 bot. No, 4, I guess. Now they're gonna get Dragon off of it. I should have noticed that Zed was missing middle before I tried to make that play, though. Okay, that play's already dead. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy something here then. I'm gonna get... Okay, that was good. So, we're in this game, we just gotta quit dying. I'm gonna go ahead and... Nice. So, I should have noticed Zed was missing middle before I tried to make that play. It was dangerous too because, I mean, Hecarim could have just come rolling down here. We should have just played back until we saw Hecarim. I was being too greedy with trying to get that pink. Plug in my phone here. Alright, they're gonna kill these idiots. Kill these clowns. I want to type in all chat, come camp some more Zed, because that's twice he's come down here and twice he's gotten murdered for it. But I won't. It's frustrating. I mean, I shouldn't be dying to that, though. Although, to be fair, what am I going to do, even if I have this warded and this warded? Like, I exhausted him, used my E under tower, or like my W under tower. You know, there's not a lot else I can do out of that, I don't think. I could have flashed his Q that was going to kill me. I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna make it. Did get his flash, I suppose. Go for the chill one. The red one's okay. I still think the green one's my favorite. I think we all could use a bit more chill when we're playing League, and this helps me chill. I like this song. I'm a big fan of like kind of like chill instrumental jazz and stuff too. I mean, Kenny G's my hero, you know. He's I can't say that with a straight face. I do like Kenny G stuff. I remember that my wife and like some former girlfriends of mine have made fun of me for that. For thinking it was okay. I always end up dating music people. I don't know why, and I don't know anything about music hardly. And they scoff at my poor taste in music sometimes, but... like people who majored in music in college. At least parts of... well, I guess my wife didn't really major in it. She was in the band all the time, though. The marching band. I don't think she did orchestra or anything, but... she does get paid to play music now. When, or at least she was. We haven't... she doesn't get to do it as much with the baby these days. She hasn't done it in a little bit. In the latter stages of her pregnancy, but... no, that's part of the reason we're going up on Thursday. Is so that she can hang out with, here comes Zed, probably. Damn it, all they had to do is dodge that. Oh, come on. But anyways, yeah, so that was a thing. Let's see here. I don't know why I always end up dating music people. Hashtag tomorrow, that's right. Yeah, there'll be a haircut tomorrow. This is my fake haircut. This is my pull my hair back with my headband haircut. God, she's dead. Dude, come on, bro. No, really dead. I mean, dude, we don't have vision. Crap. I missed it. I'm really scared of
slain.
Wow. Yeah, we also just left where that Vel'Koz was creeping in there. Okay, sweet. That's perfect. We did get the dragon, but we lost a lot of kills. We are up in tower pressure now. We've got all 3 towers. They only have 1. I believe we scale harder than they do. That Vel'Koz is massive, though. I didn't notice that. Try to hold this here. I mean, a Locket would be very good here. Probably need to go Locket Redemption here. Because of that Vel'Koz. Yeah, we gotta back it up. Now, you can't just magically get deep wards against a Hecarim. One does not simply ward against Hecarim. Okay. Oh. Because the thing about deep wards is you have to clear all the wards getting in there. Because they're going to have all this stuff warded. Like you just saw, they had some warded there. So you're going to be walking over wards to try to get deep wards. And with someone that can roam as fast as Hecarim, then it's hard. Yeah, we should. Dude, get out! Get out! God. Okay, well, she's gonna get bot. Oh, we did kill Vel'Koz. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Okay, well, she did get bot tower, which is good. She's gone.
An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
Well, we got it pretty low. Come on, Caitlyn. I mean, how many times, dude? How many times? Honest question. He's tried to suicide to trade kills when he knows a gank's coming like 5 times now. God. That was a really scary lineup for a potential Vel'Koz ult there. Too thick. God, yeah, Caitlyn's real thick, man. Really thick. What a thick champion. Yeah. I still, like, the only way I think we lose is with, like, a massive Vel'Koz ult. Now, he's gone for some really defensive items, so he, like, is really squandering his advantage that he had. Like, if he would have gone, like Leandri's in a Void Staff or something there. But he went for this, like, super defensive build. Like with Banshee's Morello, which just does not have a lot of damage on it. What? Okay, interesting. Kate, you are clowning, friend. You are clowning. You gotta be more careful, man. I mean, if you die 8 times in a game, you gotta start asking yourself, am I out of position, you know? I'm out of there. I could have maybe greeted and, like, dodged it, but... Can we... Yeah, I mean, they're all pushed in. Is Hecarim dead? No, he's right there. He's right there. Yeah, just go finish base. Did they get it? God bless. Well, I mean, we're in a good position, but, like, we should have just left. Like, we should have just left and ended the game, you know? Okay, well, we got it anyways. Yeah, that was a pretty good tonal. We did get some good stuff in there. No, Mikhail's does not get rid of the Vel'Koz true damage thing. It only gets rid of crowd control now. It doesn't get rid of like Trundle's ult. It doesn't get rid of Zed ult. If you're talking about Mikhail's. Feeling kind of thick today. I don't know. That word just cracks me up. Okay, let me grab some questions here really quick. Let me see. Let me see. Typically, it's not worth building Locket on enchanters, but if they have a lot of like burst magic damage, like that game with the Vel'Koz I was really scared of, then yeah, you should get it. Like, it's not awful to get it. It's just not as good as it used to be. It's not automatic, but it still can be good. Okay, people were talking about plus healing and whether or not that stacks, I think was a question. It does. Think of it like Lifesteal, or think of it like Critical Strike. Or think of it like any other stat that is unique to an item. So I think Critical Strike is... No, Critical Strike is not unique. But let me show you. So the best thing to think of it would be like Lifesteal, right? Where it's going to be unique on a specific item, but it is not unique in terms of other unique passives. So... Okay, it explains it here, so I can link this as well. But League Wiki is kind of your answer to everything. I love this site. It's great. Think of it like armor penetration, or what they call lethality now. So this page is a little old, but the concept hasn't changed for a very long time in League of Legends. Lethality does stack on different items. It'll say it's unique, the lethality on Ghostblade. You see how it says unique plus 18 lethality, but you can also get lethality on other items, and it'll still give you the lethality. It just means if you get multiple Ghost Blades, then they will not give you the lethality, right? It's only if it is named that it's unique. So these are unique effects that do not stack. Enhanced movement speed does not stack. On cast passive of Sheen. You see how it's unique Spellblade. Because it has a name Spellblade, anything else that says Spellblade does not stack. So you can't stack Sheen plus Lichbane plus Trinity Force to do like 1000 damage, you know, Sheen procs. So Rage also, if you look down and see basic attacks on hit grants you 20 flat movement speed, that. Because it's named, because it's Rage, that does not stack with other Phage items. So that does not stack with Black Cleaver movement speed increase or anything else that Phage builds into. Awe. See how it says awe? There's another key word. So that means that Manamune does not stack with Tear of the Goddess, does not stack with Archangel Staff. So if it has a unique name like awe or whatever this one was, Rage or Spellblade, then it does not stack. Everything else stacks. So plus healing, you know, among different items. Even though it says unique, if you get it on different items, it still stacks. Plus lifesteal, lethality, all of these other things that are unique on particular items do stack across multiple items. I don't know what you mean by sort of stack. Iceborne plus, like, you're not going to get the Spellblade off of Iceborne and Trinity, but you will get the Rage plus whatever Iceborne's called, Icy Zone. So you will get the Rage, you will get the Icy Zone, but you will not get the Spellblade. So you're not going to get double Sheen procs off of it. if you get Iceborne plus Trinity. That's why most people won't do that. Okay, let me see if there's any final questions here. Yeah, the Spellblade does not stack, but the Icy Field plus whatever the other one was, Rage, those do stack, but the Spellblade doesn't. Yeah, I think that's what they were saying. There you go, Sage. That's right. Stack all the plus healing you want. So, I mean, you can get up to, I think, 50% plus healing. You can get 10 from Ardent, 10 from Windspeakers, that's 20. 10 from Redemption, that's 30, and then 20 from Mikhail's, that's 50%. I believe that's the cap. Can you stack wins? Hopefully I can stack wins. It is possible, whether or not I'll do it. Yeah, Ohm-Wrecker's bad. It's just in a weird spot. It's something that higher level players don't need. Like, shutting off the turret is cool, but typically if you just juggle the aggro correctly on towers, if you just have the tank take the aggro, then you don't need it. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's like a noob trap item or like a newer player item. Like, it seems cool, but the passive's really unnecessary and you're just paying too much for it. So, I did like ZZ Rock Portal a lot, and that's never built, but that got nerfed into the dirt. I used that a lot last season, but yeah, it's rough. There a way you can have my item sets? I mean, you can set up item sets yourself. I believe it's under, what, collection? Items? Right there, or one of these buttons edit? I mean, yeah, all you have to do... There. You can just see my item sets. This is my one item set that I use for all supports. You can create it just like this if you want. Here, I'll decline this real quickly, and then we'll get into another one here in a second. But you can just sort of pause the stream and look at this if you want. If you want my item sets. So that's just your core. You've got your 3 GP items. You got your gold, your ward, your trinkets, your sightstone. And for enchanters, I just have the 4 core enchanter items that you would get most games. For tanks, these are the core tank items you would get a lot of games. AP, these are the core AP items you would get in a lot of games. So it covers most of your bases. So I just have it all on one page. Sometimes you can do separate pages for enchanters and separate pages for tanks and AP subs. But sometimes things are hybrid. Like Rakan, for example, I will get Ardent Sensor plus Zeke's. A lot of times, so some champions are hybrid. On Gragas, I will get like Ardent Sensor plus, some tank items if I play Gragas. So I just like having this all on one page. So yeah, you can copy, you can pause the stream and then just copy, paste if you want. Yeah, that's how you do it. It's just under collection items. Yeah, Ohm-Wrecker's just kind of rough. I mean, if you're trying to solo kill towers and there are situations obviously where it would be good. If you're trying to solo kill and you just need an extra 2.5 seconds to take a turn, it could be good. But even if you're doing like the Trick 2G style of run around with Udyr, I think maybe he still does that. I don't know, just run around and split push all game, like on Udyr or Singed or something like that. I would still run ZZ Rock Portal. It's going to help you siege a lot better, and it still gives you the movement speed around towers and just better stats. So I would still just run ZZ Rod if you want to do that. Yeah, no problem, Zod. Hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you so much to Hitaka. And Kasaba. Sorry, I didn't see that earlier. Let's see if there's anything else here. Let me see. Trinity, slow effect, stack wind, Spellblade. That's alright, Sage. I mean, we all learn the game. It takes a while. It is confusing. I wish they would explain it better. They should call it something other than unique, I don't know. It's not explained that well in the game, so I understand why you could be, mistaken. Oh, the furnace. I guess it does kind of look like a furnace. I always thought it was a bell. Hey, thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thanks, Zark. Yeah, that was a pretty good game. So I did get in a Sona game there. I mean, Sona is still good. I just, a lot of times I'm scared to pick her into too many assassins. Like, typically I would not like her into Hecarim and Zed. But she does put up a pretty nice shield. You can put the green shot on Zed, too, to lower some of his damage. I really wasn't optimizing my green shot that much. It lowers damage output by 20% if you hit him with the green power cord. I'm gonna ban Sivir. I'll leave Janna open. This could be a mistake, but I'm like 3rd pick, so it's possible. Oh, they got an edgy person over there, huh? The old no ban. If they go Cho Janna, I'm gonna be sad. Oh, I don't know. Is Cho more important than Janna, though? I mean, I could do Sona into Janna if they do that. Oh, Cho's banned. Okay. I didn't even notice that. Alright, fair enough. Oh yeah, I mean, you could get a final Forbidden Idol and not make it in anything if you want that extra 8%, but that's questionable. It's questionable. Really, I mean, the plus healing is nice, but... Oh god, Nasus. I forgot about Nasus. Ooh. Okay, let me do my research here. What we got? Mang. Does play some... Actually, he does not play Jinx at all. That's what it looks like. Okay, he played a little bit there. A little bit there. Okay, so he's been playing her lately. 5-0, okay. Not a ton of games, but he's been pretty hot with him. Really, you want Riven and Nasus? Well, he's a one-trick Riven. 50%, but still. 500 games is respectable. Dairy... I don't see a lot of... what's her name? Rek'Sai, but... Not Boom. 64% Anivia. I think it's good enough. I think it's good enough. We have a really good backline with Jinx. I can peel anything they have coming at me pretty much. We'll probably get a Mikhail's pretty soon. We're going to need to remove Thresh Hooks. If Nasus puts a Wither on Jinx, I have to get rid of that. Nasus is really one of the only... I mean, Triss can be a big problem too. Yeah, Nasus is really powerful. I had been banning him for quite a long time. I might get reminded why I should ban him again. Yeah, Janna's pretty good into him. What's up, Jerry? What's up, Extreme? I just play whatever I think's gonna win, buddy. Everybody has their favorite. They want to see me play. 9 precision runes on Lulu. I I mean, it depends on the matchup. If you think you're going to be able to stick a lot of damage, maybe, but Doran's shield plus the prevalence of, like, Sona and Nami make it really hard to keep damage on people. I'm going to be honest with you, it's really hard for me to play Soraka at this elo, because people will just build Executioners. Like, Soraka is a decent solution into Janna, if they have Janna, but it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. She has virtually no CC, she's just a heal bot, and if they get Executioners... Also, Thornmail is really popular right now, so that's another thing that really hurts Soraka on this patch, because if the tanks... And tanks are really popular, so if the tank gets Thornmail, if your AD carries having to hit the tank, which they will, most likely, then it's going to cut your healing in half. So they don't even have to buy Executioners now. So it's like Executioners, or Morellonomicon, or Thornmail, all of those hurt Soraka so badly. Huh. Well... I disagree, Cherry. I think you can carry playing support.
Swiftly.
I mean, no, he's saying in lower elo you shouldn't support. Whatever. People come up with new reasons to tell people not to support all the time. I mean, the top players, three of the top 10 that I saw, and it used to be number 1 and number 2 in the Challenger bracket, were support players. You gotta keep in mind, a support wins every game. A support wins every game. Even in bronze. So you can win as support because one wins every game. You know, really support is all about having, a lot of it is about having really good macro knowledge and shot calling. It's just communicating information to your team. Communicating information to your team and making the right decisions. And if you can do that, then, you know, that's one thing about support is even if you don't have the best mechanics in the world, you know, you don't have, you know, you're not the greatest at CSing, or you're not the greatest at, like, making these sick, like, Yasuo, like, high skill cap plays, you can still win a lot of support, and you win based off of your strategy. You don't win, I mean, you can play supports that have some pretty sick mechanics if you want, like Thresh. But you don't have to. Support's one of the... I mean, there are other positions too. You can play tanks right now in other positions, and most tanks don't have very tough mechanics. You just have to know when to engage and when to not engage. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a perk. So if you're, you know, if you just don't have really high mechanical skill, or you're just learning stuff about the game and you just don't really know exactly when you should go all in, when you should fight, there are a lot of supports. You can get a lot of wins without even being a mechanical genius, you know? Also, if you're a bit of an older player like me, and this isn't always the case, but sometimes, I mean, I think that any reasonable person's going to tell you your reaction time slows down a little bit. At least a little bit, right? From when you were younger, you know, a lot of times playing support can help you out with that too. So if you're a bit of an older gamer, and you just don't have the reaction time you used to have 20 years ago, then support can definitely help you out in that realm as well. So I know we do have a little bit of, you know, gamers that are in their 30 pluses. Not that 30 is really old, but in terms of, like, gamer years, it, you know, it's not, like I said, it's not super old, but I don't think video games really started gaining a lot of traction until the 80s, right? Like with the Nintendo Entertainment System. And so if you're much older than I am, I'm 33, then you probably did not grow up playing video games when you're a lot older, right? So well, she done goofed on that jump. So anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Look, you can win playing support. That's the bottom line. You can win playing support, and there are a lot of scenarios where playing support is helpful. Okay, I'm liking this. Just the thing about support that a lot of people don't understand is it does require some more critical thinking to understand how to win. It's not as obvious as get a lot of kills in your lane. a lot of times. Now, with Zyra, maybe it is. You know, there are Zyra, there are Brand, and that's what a lot of people tell you. You're in Bronze, you gotta play Zyra or Brand. You can't be playing Janna in Bronze. You can't be playing Sona in Bronze. Like, yeah, you can. You can still win with those two in Bronze. Are we just gonna put a lot of damage on this? We should probably back, though. No, let's just back. Let's just back it up. Okay, well, we had a good thing going. And then they just fed a lot of kills. Okay, we'll go for that.
Swiftly.
What's up, Jager? Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
In harmony.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, there are always exceptions. There are older gamers that still have really fast reaction times, and there are younger gamers with slow reaction times. But that's just a general rule of thumb. And you could still win. I mean, I was Diamond 5 last season. I will get back to Diamond 5 this season. I mean, I'm 33, and that means I'm, at least in ranked, higher ranked than like 99% of people once I get up to Diamond 5 as a 33-year-old gamer. So you can still do it. Even if you're a bit older, just if you make good decisions, you play a smart game. Case top. Oh, please don't feed Nasus. Nasus is 0-2, but, I mean, feeding the TF's pretty bad, too, because he can go be anywhere. Oh my god, that double kill. Okay. Jeez, that's spicy. Oh god, what's going on over here? This looks bad. Nah, he's dead. Okay, let's just get this tower. Jesus. These kids are losing their mind. We probably should just buy, right? I mean, Jinx has to have like 1,000,000 gold. Yeah. The old 8-minute Infinity Edge. Rumor has it. It's pretty good. Rumor has it that's alright.
An ally has been slain.
Swift.
Enemy rampage.
Just overstaying. Okay, I'm gonna come down here and just stick on this Jinx.
Breathlessly.
An ally has been slain.
Here goes Nasus. Yeah, I really don't like the Riven into Nasus matchup. I really don't like the Nasus into anything matchup, honestly. Woo! And she gone. Oh, I thought that was a normal auto. Why would you not just throw a normal auto? It would have killed her.
As you wish.
I mean, if she would have aimed that rocket better, it would have double killed him, but...
Upon the wind.
I'm trying to get Ardent as fast as I can. I do need, obviously Sightstone will be helpful as well, but...
Swiftly.
Ardent, especially on an ADC that's this fed, like this early, if I can get it like 12 minutes or so, it'd be tremendous. Now she's gonna die probably. No, just get this tower. He's gone. It's like 4 top. Hopefully he doesn't AFK.
An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed.
Wait, where'd Jinx go? What? Oh, she's going down to get bottom. Alright.
With ease.
This feels like it's gonna be bad. Now let's get out of here. They're gonna kill bottom, right? Yeah. Yeah, I guess she's just giving up on top. I mean, she can't really beat Nautilus. Nautilus doesn't have a lot of those kills, but...
In harmony.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Swiftly.
Kill this clown.
An enemy has been slain.
Well, their jungler's on the other end of the world, on the other side of the world, so... Nivea should be able to hold middle, I think, right? Maybe if TF kills her, it's gonna be really bad. Okay, good. And I love having a Nivea on my team because she has such good wave clear. I mean, that's one thing that I'm really, and I keep talking about this, like wave clear is so important, and it's something that I never really appreciated for the longest time. Jinx is just like running around killing everybody. Hilarious. I really wish I did have Sightstone right now, but, you know, once I get Ardent, I mean, just forget it. She's already so strong. Once I put an Ardent on her... Yeah, just get this.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I had to exhaust Thresh to get the, just to get him off me. So I could get out of there.
Upon the wind.
An ally has been slain.
Breathlessly.
Does she have Hurricane yet? Yeah. So Hurricane procs with Ardent Sensor mean, she's gonna be healing for like 100 a shot or something. I love it. Yeah, that's too much. I'm probably dead. Yeah. We should have just left. She went too far alone. Went by herself. I think she got hooked. Okay, so we need Mikhail's. The only way she's going to lose is if she gets hooked. It feels like we're completely crushing this, but we are not. I mean, we're only up 1 kill. We just have to play around Jinx.
Breathlessly. With ease.
They're just running around with TF picking off people. So if we just put it in their towers, like... God, please. Okay, there we go. Look how much she healed up off of, she has no lifesteal items. That's just off of Ardent Sensor and Red Buff a little bit, but mostly Ardent Sensor. Like, she healed up 3/4 of her health off of that. I'm pretty sure Exhaust just came up. If Exhaust was up, I failed. I should have exhausted something. Don't give him shutdown gold. Just get out, guys. Get out, get out. Ah! It was that auto attack. Well, I don't want to tell her that, but she walked back into auto attack range, and that's how she died. I was gonna be there to shield her if she just kept running. Why do people, like... I don't understand. No one's been raging for the last, like, 2 minutes. Why would you start it up again? Freaking kids, man. Just let it go. I think that's one of the most important things in life, is just let it go. Just forgive people... Whatever, look past their goofiness, just let it go.
With ease.
Like, who cares? Jinx said something mean to you on the internet. Who cares? Just win the game. Okay, well, that was a little off. I don't know why we're chasing all these kills around. Just get top. Just get top. Whatever. Just let him go. I gotta follow her in case TF ports on her or something. Yeah. TF thought about it. Nasus turned around because he thought TF was gonna port. What are we doing? Oh, we're gonna get this. Okay, that's fine, whatever. People have asked me, why do you randomly put shields on people sometimes if we're sieging? The reason is it gives 40 AD. Don't forget about that. It's a lot of damage that shield gives out, especially once you start factoring in crits. It's like giving a free BF sword to somebody, so it helps take towers faster. That's why I randomly, you know, put shields on people sometimes, is so they do extra damage. So I used Mikhail's to cleanse the... I was a little late on that. I should have cleansed the hook, but I did cleanse the slow. Okay, we got it. Well, Mikhail's cleanses a crowd control, and then it makes you immune to slows for 2 seconds. So if someone reapplies a slow to you, I think it's 2 seconds. If someone reapplies a slow to you after those 2 seconds, then it doesn't do anything. So if you cleanse somebody, Trist entered. I mean, she just got outplayed, man. That early game, our team went like, their whole team gave our Jinx, like 3 kills early game. And then we just crushed them. Yeah, our vision score is going to be really low because we rushed Ardent Sensor, so we only got 14 wards down, which is not good. But I'm trying that build out a little bit with Janna. This is something that I've seen higher elo people do, just rushing that Ardent Sensor as fast as possible, especially if you have an AD carry that's ahead that benefits very heavily from it, like Jinx. Jeez, these guys are mad. These guys are really mad. What was the damage chart? Did she do more than... I think she did more than everyone on the enemy team combined. See, that's 29, 39. Okay, so the enemy team did like 46,000 damage. She did 41 by herself. She did more than everyone except for Thresh combined on the enemy team. Everyone except for their support. How did I even do damage? I guess just like auto attacks. I mean, she did more than everyone on our team combined by a vast margin. Except, I mean, I did contribute a lot to her. I've done the math before. I probably contributed on that Jinx with the shield, especially after I get Ardent Sensor. You know, I probably contributed at least like 10 to 15,000 damage to the Jinx. So I was probably actually the number 2 damage dealer on our team. It's just not going to show up in the stats anywhere. Okay, let me look at Mikhail's really quick. I'm pretty sure it is... I think it's a 2-minute cooldown, and it does... it removes everything that's a crowd control impairing effect that is not a... I'm blanking out on what they called it. A suppression. It does not remove a suppression. So like a Malzahar or a Warwick ult, it doesn't remove those. But it does remove most crowd control, and I believe it makes you immune to slows for 2 seconds. Let's see. A lot of people forget about that second part. So, so Jinx, in other words, could just run right through that Thresh ult at the end if she wanted to. She'd still take damage from it, but she wouldn't get slowed. Yep, 2-second cooldown. And you get 40% bonus movement speed for 2 seconds. And it grants 2 seconds of slow immunity. So it speeds people up by 40%, removes crowd control, everything except for suppression, and gives them 40% bonus movement speed for 2 seconds. So, Very, very powerful active. A lot of people won't get it and use it properly. It's very difficult to use it properly because you have to be very, very quick. You know, if someone crowd controls an important target and you don't react for like 1 second, well, they'll probably be dead by that time. So you need to be watching for it, and as soon as they hit somebody, it needs to be like, boom, instant. I was a little bit late. I was about probably a quarter second late on cleansing that Thresh hook. But I did cleanse it, and it did give her the slow immunity, so the flay didn't do anything to her, and the Thresh's ult didn't do anything to her, and that gave her 40% movement speed to reposition herself. So very, very powerful. It's very good against Thresh. It's very good against like Ashe, Sejuani, a lot of champions like that that rely on long range, Morgana, long range stuns, Lux. Good stuff. Let me see if there's any more questions. We'll get into another game here in a second. Yeah, they're still typing. Wait, who was the person with the name? Or was that last game? I guess I forgot to report him last game. There was somebody that had something like homophobic in their name. I guess that was last game and I forgot to report it. Whatever. Whatever. They were all just raging at each other. I won't report that, I guess. Jinx a top 4 ADC? I don't think so. I mean, she's good. Like, she looked really good that game because I was supporting her as Janna, and Janna's the most powerful support, and I'm a pretty good Janna player, if I do say so myself. So that helps. But also, they just did not have they did not have a good team against Jinx. Like, who's going to get on Jinx to kill her? I mean, all they can do is, like, maybe a Thresh hook. Anything else, I'm going to be able to peel. Did not have enough damage to deal with Jinx. Like, Jinx's problem is she doesn't have a great time killing tanks. She's okay at it, but she has no escapes. If she doesn't get any kills, then she has no escapes. So if the tanks get in her face or assassins, it can be really hard. But if you have a Janna backing her up, then all this... I mean, she might be a top 4 with a Janna backing her up. But she's one of the hardest snowballing AD carries. So if you get ahead, you do like a zillion damage like she did. Because once you start killing people, you get extra attack speed, and you get extra movement speed. And her kit, because she gets all this free attack speed and range and extra AD off of her rockets and all this stuff, makes her really, really strong. So she hurts really badly. I mean, if we look at... if you ever wondered about Jinx, I think that the top 4 in the abstract are probably... Sivir, Callista, who do I even have as my top? I can just click on my thing. It's like Sivir, Callista. I think Kate was my 5th. Draven's still up there somewhere. But Jinx is always kind of a wild card. Like, if she gets fed or it's a good Jinx player, or if you combine her with someone that peels really well, like Janna, then she gets much, much better. Yeah, so she gains... 175 bonus movement speed. She gains 15% extra attack speed. Pretty good. And this is, you know, what she's known for is this. So with Fish Bones, you get 700 range and you get 10% AD. Now they fixed this also, and I talked about this in my patch notes, so be sure to watch my patch notes. But she got a lot better on this patch. Let me pull it up here just really quickly, and then we'll get into another game here in a second. Since someone brought up Jinx, because I did call that Jinx was going to be a lot stronger this patch, and it's not very obvious why. So I'm just going to go into it real quickly. It was I think they called it a bug fix. It was something about her interaction with Hurricane and Fishbones. I think it wasn't like properly proccing Fishbones or something off of Hurricane. Let me look. And let me pull up the patch notes themselves. Just like 1 minute on this, and we'll get back into a game. But since we had a Jinx that went off hardcore that game, and I was talking about how Jinx would get better, and since Talit's asking where does Jinx fall into the pecking order, they're calling it a bug fix. This was a big, big fix. Like, this is whatever. Okay, she gets to zap a bit more, but this is a big deal. Runen Hurricane Bolts now properly deal Fishbones bonus damage to their primary targets. Okay, so basically what this meant, like how Fishbones works, this is a huge damage increase in team fights. And I talked about this somewhere in here. Let me see. It's in alphabetical order, I think. Yeah, Jinx. Quite a significant bug fix. Okay, yeah. So I was talking about that's pretty big. Who did I have as my top 4? I think for the next patch, I'm going to see if I can do different videos for each role and talk about the top 5. Vayne, Tristana, okay. I still think Vayne's up there. She might be a little bit lower than I thought, but she's so good at breaking tanks. She just has a hard time early. I mean, Vayne might be number 4. I think that, like, Vayne, Kate, Jinx, and Draven are all, like, in there somewhere. I do think that Sivir, Callista, and Tristana are probably the top 3. But there's a lot of good stuff right now. I mean, I think the game's pretty balanced. I think it's in one of the more balanced states it's been in a while. Certainly in terms of AD carry and probably even in terms of support. It's pretty good. And I think mid lane, there's a ton of different champions, too. I think there are a lot of options. I think the biggest imbalance right now is in the jungle, because I think unequivocally tanks are the best in the jungle. And it's like Malcho, Zac, Sej, Gragas. All of those are just way better than any other class of champion because of Cinderhulk. But I think in middle, there's a lot of different stuff that's good and viable. And I think even top lane, the tanks are good top, but so is Jax and Kled and such. But how Fishbones works with Hurricane, each Hurricane bolt is a Fishbones rocket. Okay, so when you use Fishbones, all of the like little bolts that you get off a Hurricane, those other 2 bolts, they should deal Fishbones extra damage, and that extra damage splashes to all enemies around the main target. So if you have 3 people all clumped together, those 3 Hurricane bolts are all rockets, which means they get the 10% bonus damage, and they all splash to each other. So that person in the middle is not just taking the extra Fishbones damage, they're getting splashed by the other 2 people next to them for the extra Fishbones damage. So basically, they're getting hit 3 times by Hurricane for the extra Fishbones 10% AD physical damage. Now, the bolts don't do as much. Let me pull up Hurricane here real quick. Okay, so when basic attacking, bolts are fired at up to 2 enemies near the target, each dealing 40% physical damage. Bolts can critically strike and apply on-hit effects, okay? So let's say you have 200 AD. Fishbones adds that 10% of your total AD onto that. So that's 25% more damage on a bolt, if you want to think of it that way. So it's like a 25% damage increase per bolt in a fight. Well, I guess total, because all the bolts would apply it, but it's a lot of extra damage, okay? So it's 50% AD, so that means each bolt would do 100 damage, and that splashes to other people. So if you have 200 AD, you attack when there's 3 targets clustered up. The middle target is going to take the 200 damage. This is assuming there's no crit or anything. They're going to take the 200 damage, then they're going to get splashed by 2 of these for 50% of your total AD, so they're going to take 200 more damage because they get splashed by Fishbones for 200 more damage. So that's 400 total damage. All of those have the potential to crit. So if each one of those crits, then that would be 400, 200, that'd be 800 damage if all of those crit. So the fact that Fishbones wasn't dealing that 10% damage means that it was only dealing 40% instead of 50% bonus AD. To the people. So anyways, massive increase in damage. That's what you need to know to Jinx in team fights with Fishbones rockets interaction with Hurricane. So yeah, that's what makes Jinx really, really strong in team fights, is that the Hurricane applies Fishbones area of effect damage. So it just like splashes everybody in a team fight. So potentially all 5 people could take those 2 splashes off of, those 2 additional splashes off of Rune and Hurricane bolts. And it does it still do on hit, or did it take away the on hit? 2 targets, dealing 40% AD. Okay, so it doesn't do the on hit anymore. They took off on hit, right? Is that one of the ways they nerfed it? Yeah, they removed the 15 on hit damage, and they increased it to 40% AD. So this is actually, that nerf in 7.9 was actually very beneficial to people who stack a lot of AD like Jinx. So it took away some of the early game power of the item, but it gave it much, much more scaling. And that physical on-hit damage could not crit either. This can crit. So, I think that... So, Jinx has been subtly kind of buffed over the last few patches. The problem is, like I said, she's very frail. She does a crap ton of damage with, like a Janna or something. But, now remember, Janna's shield also applies to your total AD. So, that means that your Hurricane Bolts, if you're getting, you know, 50% because of Fish Bones... and Janna gives out 40 AD, that means you're doing 20 more damage. Which is big. I mean, that's like a 20% increase. If you have 200 AD and Janna gives you 40, that's a 20% increase in your damage output with Rune and Hurricane Bolts. So, Janna matters a lot. What's up, El Pebe? Or P-Bay? What's up, buddy? No, Runen, the page is correct. Runen's doesn't apply on hit anymore. Wait, no, it doesn't apply the on hit effect. It can still trigger on hit. So it does not apply the 15 physical damage on hit, but it still does apply on hit effects. I think maybe you're confused, unless I misunderstand that. I'm 5th pick. Let's ban Janna.
As you wish.
Yeah, sorry about that mishap the other night, LP Bay. I think I misunderstood you there. I think we got that all sorted, though. So it does still apply on hit. It just does not give that extra on-hit ability. But, like, if you have a Blade of the Ruined King, for example, Blade of the Ruined King still applies to each one of those bolts. That's why it's a very popular combination on champions like Callista, would be going Blade into Hurricane. And historically, that has been a very powerful interaction with a lot of people who go Blade of the Ruined King. They will go Hurricane on top of that. So that still works. It just doesn't apply the 15 on hit that it had before. But it still does interact with Hurricane, which is the big one. Okay, let me do my research here. You tax, I feed. Dang it, they took Rakan. Why is everyone playing Rakan now? Come on, man. People are trolling. This guy has to be really good on Jhin. Okay, he's pretty good on Jhin. Dang it, who do I play for Engage here? Gotta get on that Twitch. Well, that's a slow way to get on him, but it does get on him. Kench doesn't get on people very well. Alistar would have been okay. Gragas would have been okay. I thought about the Gragas. The buff to Nautilus is ult, though. I think they didn't they reduce the cooldown by like 20 seconds this last patch or something? Pretty significant buff. Let me look at my own patch notes to see here. Actually, I can just look at this and see. Yeah, they knocked off 20 seconds off his level 1 ult, which is pretty significant. The base damage is, well, that's on his Q. That doesn't matter. Let me see his AP ratios actually really quick. Can he run Ardent? Someone pointed out the other day it may not be as bad as I thought it was on him. Oh, no, Nautilus. Why is that Nautilus champion spotlight? That looks like babies. Let's see. So that's 45% there. It's, well, dredge line has 70.75 on it. This has an 80% on it. He doesn't have any plus healing and shielding. It's probably bad. It's probably bad. Zeke's is really good. Figure out, do I want to go coin or do I want to go relic shield? Jin's not going to get a lot of lifesteal, so relic shield would probably be pretty good here. Although having the mana to spam my E in lane would be really nice for pushing. And Twitch has a hard time last hitting under tower historically because his poison just makes the wave have like strange amounts of HP when it arrives. I wouldn't go Righteous Glory. I think if you want that speed up effect, I would just get Talisman. I'm gonna go coin. I just want to auto push with my E. Just force Twitch to miss under tower. It's gonna make me less tanky, but I mean, I could also go Talisman if I really wanted to. That would help with the tankiness. Could go like Talisman into you have to go Ruby Sightstone if you do that, but having the extra HP is not the end of the world. I could go Talisman, Ruby, Zeke's, Redemption Locket, something like that. If I'm not gonna get Ardent. Oh, it's Teemo Jungle. What?
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, Teemo was in Viz there. I could have just spammed E on him probably, but he's super low. I don't know. Twitch is alive somewhere too. Nautilus's E is actually like decent wave clear. Like the problem is it's just expensive. So that's why people stop playing at top lane and say nerf the mana cost on it. They did nerf the damage on it too, but it's mainly the mana cost is really tough to. But you know what fixes mana cost? Coin does. Ooh, I need to go ahead and VOD this one. I need more Nautilus. Let me see if I can get this. Hey everybody, welcome back to We're playing the game of League of Legends. I'm the Strategy Professor. We're doing a little Nautilus action here. 7.15. Trying out coin. I haven't seen Twitch. I hope this is not a remake. We are trying out coin here. The extra mana regen might let us just keep pushing the wave. So yeah, we can just keep spamming E. push it in a tower. Just keep like having infinite mana from coin. Okay, there's Twitch. Now I'm trying out Nautilus. In 7.15, they did buff his E quite a bit. Now I'm standing pretty far away from Twitch because I don't want to hit him with my E and take tower aggro. So now his ultimate, Nautilus's ultimate, is only 120 seconds instead of 140, which is huge. We can go Talisman. Well, yeah. Okay, I can't VOD that. Oops. Yeah, I can't VOD that. I just feel bad for the guy. Sort of. I mean, I can't put that in a VOD because people are like, why are you going to show this? You're just steamrolling a guy who's like DCing. I don't feel bad in ranks because this kind of stuff happens to me sometimes where people on my team DC. But you can't put that in a standalone VOD because you're just going to look like a jerk. So we'll just go about our business and try to win. It's not like it's an auto win, but it's not something I would be proud of. Do I want... Actually, I think I'm just gonna get this first for more gold, because they're not gonna be able to gank and kill us. We're too big now. But yeah. I mean, what are your other options? Just don't win the game? I mean, you don't have options like, okay, I'll AFK to like make it even in base or something, you know? Like, it sucks, but, you know, there's just nothing really you can do about it other than just win the game and move on. Like, yeah, it sucks, but if you play enough games of League of Legends, you see it all, and it does balance out over time. Like, I've had people on my team DC. I mean, I've had my internet go out before for like 10 minutes. I lost a game last week because of that. My internet just randomly goes out at like 2 in the morning for like 10 minutes, and is a major reason why I lose the game. You know, we come back in, and it was kind of competitive, but we were really far ahead before that happened, so, you know. Just, all the randomness does even out over time, so it's not great. I don't love winning like that, but there's just no other option other than to win. Like, I'm not going to surrender. I'm not going to, like, AFK in base. You know, so realistically, there's just not another option for that. For dealing with it. You're dead, dude. Why are you... Not dead, I guess, but really low. I've lost 4v5s, too. I mean, it's not like the game's over. He sounds happy. He's like yelling in the other room about something. So that's her favorite. Can't wait till she's a teenager yelling at me. I was telling Sandra, I should keep one of her like little pacifiers or something, and then if she starts freaking out when she's a teen about something, just like give her the pacifier and see what she says. Oh, that would be pretty funny. I'm not sure if she would find that too amusing, but I'd be like, "Aw, you want to stay out until 3 in the morning and go to a college party when you're a senior in high school? Here you go." Give her a little, give her the pacifier. "Aw, you're sad because Aiden broke up with you? Here." I don't know. That'd be so delightfully condescending, but you know, I'm not sure if she would have a delight out of that. I'm gonna guess no, but yeah, I could have just spammed E in that bush to make sure that, to see if Teemo was gonna do that or not. It would have wasted a lot of mana, but to be fair, you know, I have a lot of mana in lane, like I almost never run out. Even spamming E, it's just like, you just don't run out of mana. I mean, Nautilus was probably my second most played champion last season. I think Janna ended up being number 1, but Nautilus for a lot of it was. He was my highest win rate champion last season. But a lot of the meta changed. There was no plus healing and shielding. There was no redemption. You know, the best items were, I think, Locket and ZZ Rock Portal were the best two, like, solo queue support items, in my opinion. Locket was definitely unequivocally something everybody got. And ZZ Rock Portal was, like, a TSP special.
An ally has been slain.
But yeah, almost all of the good items were tank items.
Slain an enemy.
I wanted to make it to where even if I missed her, if she dodged it, I was still going to hit the wall and come over towards her. Then I could just E her and kill her.
Has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Now, Nautilus, unlike a lot of other tank engaged champions, he actually does have an escape. Now, not like you have to choose whether you want to use it to engage or to escape, but it is an option. Another one of those. We'll sell these two and grab these. Like you can use your anchor to escape. So unlike a Leona or a Braum or an Alistar, I mean, each one of those kind of has escapes, but it's very situational, like you have to jump to minions. Nautilus can just hook stuff and escape if he wants to. It might almost be worth leveling up your hook second for that reason. Over your shield, because your shield is not really, like, it doesn't level up that much. You only get, like, an extra, like, very small percentage, I think. I would have to look and see. I can't remember the numbers, but I might try leveling up shield since this is kind of a throwaway game anyways, or hook, and just see how it feels. I don't think it lowers the cooldown, and I don't think it increases the shield amount that much. It's like a little bit. But the hook, on the other hand, they just increase the damage on it, and I'm pretty sure it goes to a lower cooldown, so you could use it more in fights. And it's crowd control, of course, whereas his shield is not, so... What? That's going really poorly. That's some weird stuff's happening up here. I mean, people get mad like about abusing the 4v5, but like I said, what's the other option? Forfeit the game? I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, yeah, it sucks, but it's unfair. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It's not Like, there's no scenario, unless you plan on just forfeiting the game. Either you want to win the game, or you don't. And that's it. And, you know, as bad as I feel for them for it, you know, you have to win it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to happen to you. You're going to have people on your team that are going to DC, and you're going to lose the game because of it. And if you don't win the games where the enemy team DCs, then ultimately you're losing a lot of elo. Because you're almost certainly going to lose the games where your team DCs. So, that it sucks, but there's just not really, you know, anything you can do about it. Okay, so try this out. I think you do get a cooldown reduction on the hook. 1.6. I don't think you do on Titan's Wrath. You also get it reduced by a lot, 50% whenever you dredge. So you might be able to just like dredge line across the whole map potentially. It's going to cost you a lot of mana, but you get a mana cost reduction on it. Cool, just cooldown reduction. So I was thinking kind of like a recon type of idea where I max my W for the mobility across the map. Obviously, it's you max your E first. That's obvious. Because that's extra damage and extra cooldown reduction and extra slow. That's like a triple win there. But the shield and the Q, historically I've maxed the W, but the fact they just buffed the Q, I should probably re-examine that. And this is a slightly squishier build, but if you get Talisman, Talisman does have 45 armor on it. It does have the a little bit of health regen. So that's slightly less squishy, and it does give you better engage. And then if you go Zeke's, that's another thing that kind of helps him out, because he does want the mana. Obviously, he wants the tanky stats. Oh, whoa, okay, we're just gonna leave him? I thought we were gonna... Okay. Why are League players so mean? I mean, it's not just League. I know it's easy to think that, but honestly, if you've spent any time playing any other online game that's team-based, where you put random people together, it's gonna be the same thing. Especially if it's free. Okay, well, Twitch is back. I mean, they're holding in there. It's not like we've won this yet. But, like, you know, I assume if you go play Overwatch or Dota or whatever, anything that's competitive where you get paired up with random people, there's just going to be meanness. Because people are going to be frustrated that they lost, and they're going to blame you. Now, something like... I mean, even in something like WoW, where you pick your own guildmates, right? Like, you're choosing who you play with and all that stuff like that. Sometimes still there's some feels bad and people raging at each other. And they, like, know each other and hang out with each other, you know, every night raiding. And still sometimes there's a lot of animosity there. So, it's just the nature of... And that's not even really that competitive, right? Like, you're not playing against other people. You're just trying to take down these monsters. Although it does take a lot of practice if you're playing on, like, the hardest difficulty to win some of those fights. Yeah, it's just the nature of team games and a relative anonymity on the internet. Like, these people are just a name, right? Like, they're just a character here. I don't know who this person actually is. They're not sitting in the room with me. Whereas if you're playing, like, a physical sports game, you know, like football or whatever, basketball, you actually see that person. They're a physical person to you. Although people are still mean in football. They're still mean in soccer to you. So people just, if it's competitive, they're going to be mean. If it's anonymous, they're going to be even more mean. And if it's free, if they don't have to pay anything, if they can just make new accounts, then it's probably going to be even more mean. But an important thing to remember is the vast, vast majority of the population is cool, too, right? Like, you got to remember that. Is most people are very chill. They never say anything. They're fine. It's just, it's a very vocal, mean minority, right? And that's because a lot of people don't say anything if they're saying nice things. Like, good job, guys. Excellent. You know, like, it's only the people that have a problem that say stuff. So it creates this false illusion that most of the people are mean because those are the only people that say anything. It's the same, and that's not just a video game thing, you know, that's anyone that, like, writes reviews for anything a lot of times. It's mostly mean people. Like, very few people, if they are satisfied with their product are going to say anything. Or if they're satisfied with their experience, they're not going to say anything. Sometimes, if they really, really like their experience, they might. But it's very rare that someone who, like, just has an okay experience is going to say anything. It's usually the extremes, like they really loved it or they really hated it. So... Now, let's just spec up. Okay, I guess we can keep applying pressure. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we're giving Trinomir some time with the towers. But, yeah. Feels bad that I don't have a shield to protect other people when they get caught, but you know, having some engage is pretty good, too. Yeah, let's just do a 1-3-1 with Echo. Might as well put down a ward somewhere. There we go. Wait, the ratio of people who comment on products to those who have issues with them is 1 to 11. Just like the product, it's 1 to 9. Oh, okay. Alright. Perhaps I'm mistaken about that one. It's just, I don't know, whenever I read reviews about stuff, I guess maybe that's public reviews versus private reviews, or maybe I'm just biased, I don't know. But to me, it seems like a lot of people that take the time to write comments really care about whatever the product is, one way or another. But, you know, it might depend on how the company sets up customer reviews and things like that. If there's a reward system for writing a review, so if they're just like, hey, there's a random giveaway for it, or, you know, write a review, get a free something or other next time you come in, then you're going to get a much higher neutrality rate. People who just want the whatever the bonus is. Because my wife does that. She fills out, like, you know, surveys and things like that. If they're willing to give, like, some kind of chance for a drawing or whatever, and it's just free, she's like, sure, I'll write it, you know, why not? Type of thing. So it depends on the structure of that, if they reward it, and if they really, like, try to push for more commentary. I think that matters, too. Quite a lot. If it's just someone that doesn't ever really broadcast that they want product reviews and things like that, then I don't know. I'll say that students who write really detailed reviews of my class at the end of the semester are people who love it or hate it a lot of times. Usually it's people that love it. But a lot of times those are the strong students in my class. I go out of my way to try to... Actually, no, that's not true. A lot of times students who hate my class are the strong students because they feel like I don't push them hard enough. But the people who write really good reviews are often strong students who will take the time to write it out. So the reviews sound eloquent and good and stuff like that, but... I don't know. I don't remember how I got off on that sidetrack. But the bottom line is, yeah, people can be mean in League, but people are mean in a lot of places. The vocal majority are typically disgruntled. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, maybe I misread that, Mitch. I was like, man, really? Am I wrong about that? Like, I'd never had hard numbers. I was just using anecdotal evidence and just, like, my own reasoning. Seems bad. Seems like something bad's about to happen. That Rakan. Just fake DC. I think he's legit DC. Why would you fake DC at level 1? win trading. What's the point in win trading? I guess if you get on alt accounts or something. Huh. I'll look and see. We'll look and see. If it does look suspicious, I think the guy just DC'd, but there could be win trading. We'll look and see. What are these weird commercials showing up here? Gave Lee a tilt proof. D5 to P1. Well, welcome to Nightmare. Okay, the lesson for companies has always been yes. Well, that's true too, Mitch. I think that's very wise. I mean, you want your brand to be good. Like, that's the thing that people always tell us. That's why restaurants hand out, like, free stuff and try to make customers happy, because they will tell their friends. You know, it's not just that one customer. It's a lot of people. They'll tell their friends. They'll write reviews. And you never know how many times, like, if you give them a free steak or something that night, if you did it wrong, and they come in, you know, like 10 more times over the course of a year, even if they only come in once a month, that's still a lot of extra money. And if they tell their friends, like maybe it's their friend's birthday party or something like that, and, you know, they want to bring their 20 people somewhere, then they might think, oh yeah, that one place, they had really good food, their server messed up one time, but you know what, they gave me that food on the house and they were really nice about it, so I think we'll go back in and give them another chance. They bring in 20 more people to that party, right? And so that's why, like, that's why you have to treat your customers well. A lot of times you have to treat them well, because they'll recommend stuff to people. They'll bring in their friends if it's a restaurant and all that stuff like that. And that's why if you have a snappy server that's just like really sassy or just like bad server, you got to get them out of there. Like, you can't have that. You got to have friendly, welcoming servers. Even, you know, I would honestly rather, if I was running a restaurant, I would rather have someone who's a little dopey, you know, and like, you know, I don't know, isn't the best at upselling product, right? Like, doesn't always sell the best wine, doesn't always sell, you know, the most premier product on the menu, but they're friendly, they're likable, people enjoy coming in to hang out with them. That's so much more important than like other qualities of serving, right? So like being really fast or being like really strong at upselling. Now, people who do upsell often are very friendly and welcoming at the table, and that's why they're able to make those sales, because the customers trust them and they have a good time and stuff like that. So, but they don't always go hand in hand. But anyways, yeah, that's why your brand is so important a lot of times. That's right, Mitch. I think that's exactly right. Because a lot of times, I mean, that's a good judge of character. Customers, especially savvy customers, will know that. They'll know that you're going out of your way. And they'll be like, you know what? They made a mistake, but this guy, like this manager, is so cool that it ends up being, you know, it tells a lot about the character of the company and how they deal with customer service and things like that. So, I mean, I've never managed a restaurant or anything like that, but just, you know, working in a restaurant for a while and just doing a lot of critical thinking about branding and all that stuff. I'm giving all this free advertising to whatever this is over here. But yeah, okay. Anyways, let's get back in here. I don't remember where I was going. Let me see if there's any other questions. Nothing wrong with dopies. Yeah, dopies are fine. Yeah, I mean, if you donate a $20 donation, I'll play whatever you want. I'll play it in normals, but I'll play it. Just let me know. If you want to donate, I'll wait a couple of minutes. I'll just answer some questions. If you want to donate, I can do it next game. How would they get on opposite teams? They can queue at the same time and just see if they get on opposite teams. I don't know. Win trading is so sketchy. Like, I don't think a lot of people do that. I wouldn't be as concerned. I forgot to look. I think the guy was just mad that Twitch just legit DC'd. I mean, it happens. See if there's any more questions here. Yeah, I agree, Tianaku. I mean, that's why a lot of times if I'm out and I'm in a restaurant or something, now my wife is very chill. She's been dating me for a while, so she gets my perspective. But if we're out with like my grandma in particular is pretty ruthless. If people mess something up, and she even worked in restaurants for a while, so I don't really get it. But she's kind of salty to begin with, and she'll tell you that. She won't use that term, but yeah, I mean, she's very particular about stuff, and if things don't go her way, she's not usually that pleased about it. But you know, if she goes off, she doesn't like go off, or like she's not that mad, but she won't tip that well if anything messes up at all. And so I always leave extra money. Like sometimes she'll cover the tab, and I try my hardest not to, but she'll just get mad if I don't let her cover the tab. But then, you know, as everyone's leaving, I'll be like, oh, you know, let me drop by the bathroom real quick or something. Or everyone's like on their way out the door, and then I'll sneak back by and drop an extra $20 or something or whatever to make the tip a lot higher. I try to do it in secret so it looks like I'm not undermining her, but anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. Hey, what's up? I'm Oz. Do you think it's best to start with simple champions or just what you like? I'll answer that in a second. Oh, yeah, I mean, y'all can tell in my stream if they're in my university. That's fine, yeah. I mean, my policy on that is I don't advertise myself to my students. I did, when I had an educational stuff when I first started the stream, I still have educational stuff if you want to know more educational things. I took it off of my main page because there's only so many like slots it'll let me have. But I do have like how to write a research paper and how to write a cover letter. So if you just search cover letter on the site, or cover letter, right, how to write an awesome cover letter, a simple guide from an English professor. But I mean, this has been out for over a year now, and it's got like 220 views, right? So I can teach you how to write a great cover letter on there. And so I would advertise stuff like this to students. How to write a cover letter, how to write a research essay. Those are the only two academic ones that I have, and they're like a year old. So I did advertise it to one class at the very beginning, but I didn't push it that hard, and that's when I was doing like planning on doing more educational stuff. But since I've kind of moved away from that and I'm doing more, you know, gaming stuff, obviously critical thinking and gaming, then I don't advertise it because I don't know. It just feels like it's a conflict of interest, right? Like it feels like although I don't know. I don't know what the exact ethics of it would be to advertise like your side business to students in a university setting. I'm not sure how the administrators would feel about that. It feels like it could cross some professional lines. So I don't know. I don't do it. And I don't, even if students, I have had students figure out that I play before. They've mentioned or asked me that I played, and I've told them, but I won't play with them while they're in my class for the same reason that I won't go out to a restaurant with a student while they're in my class, or I won't go bowling with a student while they're in my class or something like that. Like, I don't want to do anything that makes it look like favoritism. Like, the only thing that I'll do with students outside of class is meet with them in the library to discuss their projects or just something academic related. It doesn't have to be my class. It could be admissions to something else. That's fine. Just something that's like in a professional setting where we're talking about either academic or professional things and I'm helping them. Or if they, like, I've talked with students about personal stuff before, like one student of mine was asking me, like, there was some stuff in his personal life with some of his friends or kind of hazing him or something, and he like wanted kind of, my input on that, and that's fine. But yeah, I don't. But if you know students or whatever, you have students there, it's fine if you tell them that I stream at my university. That's fine. It's just if they're in my class, I won't play with them while they're in my class. But after that, sure, if they want to. I have been in the cafeteria one time, and I was a student came up to me, another grad student, and she's like, "Excuse me, I gotta ask you this question. Are you the strategy professor?" I said, "Yes, I am." And then he's like, "That's awesome, man. I love your stuff." And he like shook my hand, and we were talking about some league, and he was I think he was a master's student in mathematics or something. So I don't mind people knowing that I do it. I just, for the same reason, like I said, that I don't go bowling or I don't go out to dinner with students, it's the same reason I don't play League with them, is I don't want it to look like I'm showing favoritism towards a specific a specific student or a specific demographic, like gamers or whatever. If a student wanted league advice, I could probably give them some league advice. It wouldn't be in class, but yeah, if they just wanted some basic league advice, I'd do it. If it was like after class from the library, sure. That's fine. I mean, it's not like you can't talk about League or video games. Like, there are some professors, I mean, there are entire classes on video games at universities. I'm thinking of maybe one day trying to teach some of those. But it's not really a big thing yet, but that's fine. I mean, I've had students write research essays about video games before, and they've asked me about it, and stuff like that, so that's fine. It's just, like I said, it's the only thing is I just don't want to look like it's favoritism towards specific students. What's up, Goddess? Okay, so back to Erosine's question. Hey, thanks so much, Elias. I appreciate it. Back to Erosine's question. Should you play champions that are simple? I guess if you're talking about if you're starting out the game, you play champions that are simple to start with, simple champions, or what you like. So I would say that... Hey, that would be awesome. Hey, be sure to tell the admissions commission at my university if you come here. We're coming here specifically to take English with the strategy professor. Okay? Now, spoiler alert, I may not be there next year. I might be moving back down to the University of Tennessee. A pretty good probability of that. Hey, I mean, I tell them, hey, I can advertise your university, University of Tennessee. Look, if I'm down here, I can broadcast that to the world to tell them how awesome you are. So you sponsor me, you give me the good classes, and we'll talk, right? Sponsored by my university, featuring me getting to teach something other than English 101 every semester. I don't mind teaching English 101, but I just think that would be funny. But circling back again to Erosine's question, I think, you know, when you're starting the game, it's important to have fun, right? Like, it really is. And you know, I think just playing things that you enjoy. Like, you shouldn't play something that you really hate unless, you know, you are really like trying to go pro or trying to be like a very top-end streamer and you need to have a really high ranking, and just everything that's really good is something that you hate. Then sometimes you might have to swallow your pride, or if you're a pro player and your coach wants you to play something that you don't like, but they're telling you got to learn it. Then that might be a scenario. But if you're just starting the game, it's just an ordinary person, just play stuff that you like, you know? I'm not going to tell you that I don't know what you like, but I can't always tell you that what you like is going to be what's best in ranked. But I think it's important to enjoy the game, because you're going to have to play it a lot to get better, and if you're playing it a lot, you might as well be doing something that you enjoy. So you don't want to be doing something that you hate. Especially when you're first learning, because most of what you're learning will be, should be bigger game systems, right? So, like, yeah, you're learning individual champions, but the big stuff is like learning, okay, how do I CS? When should I ward? Where should I ward? When should I rotate? How should I rotate? Like, what's good in this composition? Like, just bigger game questions. And then as you move up, you know, it'll become more of like, how do I really master this champion in depth?
Your command.
That's how it should be. Most people do it the other way. They don't think about the macro stuff. They don't think about the big picture stuff. And they just focus on the individual champion stuff. Kelsey is cute. I probably could have done Rakan here, because she's going to Xayah. But Janna's pretty good with Xayah. Janna's good against Rakan if they pick Rakan. And, I mean, Janna's just good into everything, basically. And I don't want them to have her. So that's the big ticket here is... I don't mind if they get Rakan. I do mind if they get Janna. So I think if you don't ban Janna and you don't mind playing her, that you really need to pick her. I think she's must pick, must ban right now. Honestly. Okay, let me see what else we have here. It would be cool with that. I haven't seen the new champ teaser. Yeah, no problem, Erosine. So I would say, now, as to easier champions, I would say that in general, I almost always recommend champions, especially if you're still learning the game, that are relatively simple, right? And even in general, I recommend simple champions, because there are a lot of simple champions right now that are very effective. Because what it is about simple champions, not only is it harder to make a mistake, but it frees up your mind so that you can pay attention to other things. And I've used this example before with like Janna or Sona. It's really, it's mostly just to farm off in lane. Sona can get aggressive in lane, but you get to use that mental capacity that you're not having to use on focusing on last hitting, on focusing on hitting skill shots. You get to use that to focus on the map so that you don't get ganked by your junglers, so that you can communicate like what's going on to your teammates. You can just watch your minimap a lot more, so you can press tab, look at different power spikes, and just really direct your team a lot better by having a simpler champion. Like if you have Janna, for example. Whereas if you play something like Thresh, where you're always having to look for these hooks, or you're always trying to figure out, how should I position? Should I be like aggressively going for flays here? Should I be positioning further back so I can lantern out if the jungler comes in? Crap, how's this looking? We did get Caitlyn, who's strong. They have a lot of tanks, though. Jax is very good against tanks. What is their team? Wait, they have no ADC. I think someone's going to dodge? I'll play it. Mordekaiser ADC? So yeah, it frees up your mind to do other things. Whereas if you're Thresh, you always have to be looking for the hook and focusing on repositioning. That takes up a lot of your brain power, so you're not going to be paying as much attention to the minimap or to the game state as you should be. So we've got a cheese bot lane, I think. Yeah, that's fine, Jager. It's not a big idea. There are some words, but it's like not F-bombs. I think we'd still allow some other minor cuss words. It's just the F-bombs. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's more at ADC. Some tips, Anthony? I would press !win in the chat right now, or if someone can do that, it'll link you to 2 guides. Watch those guides. It'll tell you everything you need to know how to win a support, and you definitely want to watch those guides. One of them is my support overview guide, and the other one is pick, ban, dodge. They are kind of long, but there's great timestamps in the description, and there's a Google Docs. You can skip around and find your favorite parts. But yeah, I mean, I could sit here and just tell you some really generic stuff, like ward more, die less, pick good champions, stuff like that. But, you know, that's going to give you more in-depth stuff that will help you out. Like, there's part of that is about vision domination, part of it's about picking. Now, some of the information... Oh, God. I thought that was our team for a second. So they just wrapped all the way around. I guess that's fine. He wasted Flash as well. But yeah, I would say just watch those. It has stuff about vision. It has stuff about composition theory. It has stuff about lane management. Force that Shin to flash. He missed his hook or something. I don't know. That will also be covered in that video if you watch. The bad ADC, how do you carry a support? Just watch that video. It'll tell you all of that. I mean, the quick answer is you play around strong people on your team. Like, it doesn't have to be the AD carry. Like, there are several games that I've done on this channel and on this stream where we have a turkey ADC and we still win the game because I played around strong people. So, like, our mid laner's doing very well, for example. I can just give them all of my wards and just in a team fight use all of my resources to protect them. Use my exhaust, my shields, heals, whatever, to protect the mid laner or the jungler or just whoever is performing well. You can also, like, certain styles of champion are much better at playing when behind. That's another thing that I recommend, is you play champions that play well from behind. Like Janna. Oh, I missed. Dang it. I'm gonna have to exhaust, probably. Does he not have his Q? Okay. Like, Janna plays very well from behind because she has great tower defense, she has excellent scaling, and you don't have to engage with her. Like, a lot of the engaged champions, not all of them, but a lot of them, it's really hard to win when you're behind. Because if you go in with Leona, for example, and your team is down, like, 10 kills, you're just going to die, probably, because you don't have any escapes, and you're probably going to lose the fight. Well, Soul's not coming down. I thought he might. Come on, dude, you were out. Alright, I'm gonna try this build again. That's too greedy. We need at least a couple of, at least a pink ward. We're gonna try rushing Ardent Sensor again.
Upon the wind.
Yeah, I had to do it. Thresh was gonna get out if I didn't do it at that time. Someone donate my pink ward up there. So we're going to have a little bit less ward coverage, but we will get the Ardent Sensor a lot faster. I mean, Thresh is not even going to get an Ardent, so... We would have been in so much better position if Caitlyn just backed up. Is Soul dead? Maybe. I think he got out. Okay. Nice. I don't think they're gonna rotate up there. Oh yeah, they're gonna kill it. Unless he flashes, I think. Okay, nice. Give Jax a kill, please. Okay, there we go. We need Jax. I mean, Sion kills a kill. We'll take it, but Jax really needs to get those kills rather than Sion. Okay, we got the cute patrol here. What? Okay, we got him. Jeez, I could have flashed sooner. I didn't think his third hit was going to do, like, 5,000 damage, though. Yeah, I should have flashed that sooner. Trying to bait him out a little bit, but... That was a fail. Oh, no. I don't know why I'm switching that. I was thinking I got a sight stone there. I did not. Can we get this? Oh, dude, come on, man. They're gonna show up. Come on, dude. Like, it's so telegraphed. Oh god, and Mordekaiser got that too. I'm gonna die trying. We don't have anything we can do really. Aside from like try to stall. And he's dead. Yeah, this Jax doesn't league. Jax does not play League of Legends. Jesus. She's gone. Yeah, so that was a massive, massive mistake. By Jax. Alright, we had a free dragon. No, dude, you're out. Why would you run back in? He's literally out. Stop. Oh, God. Oh, this game, man. Okay, this is another thing that I want to say, and I'm probably gonna make an entire video about this, or I'm gonna put it in like. I've got a critical thinking video coming out that's been sponsored by Dylan and Wayne for a while. I think it was Dylan and Wayne, or maybe it was Mitch and Dylan and Wayne. I don't remember. I'll have to go back through my records. But, like, you win the game by... I want to use, like, a baseball terminology. Of course, that won't really matter to a lot of people. But basically, you just make a series of just small, correct plays that give you incremental advantages. That's how you win. And you don't make mistakes, rather than going for the big play. So you win by hitting singles instead of always swinging for home runs. Use a baseball analogy. You win with singles, not with home runs. So you just need to take your incremental advantages. What the hell? Dude, this is like such a troll lane. To be fair, they kind of have to be troll, though. But that's, I think so many people throw games by going for the big play. Like, just go for small plays. Just, you get a kill, okay. Like, if you don't get a kill, that's fine. You get their summoners, or you get to push a wave in so they miss CS. Like, that's what's happened a lot of times is people going for big plays. Like Caitlyn. Mordekaiser's trying to go for the big play there. Caitlyn earlier tried to go back in to kill the Thresh, or the Mordekaiser, and Mord flashed back and killed her after we'd already killed the Thresh. This Jax keeps trying to kill Zac instead of getting objectives. Like, he just keeps going for these big plays, and Zac lives. Like, just let him go. Don't go for big plays, just go for smaller, correct plays. Like, that's a big play. It might work out, but it's just too risky. Like, I think so much is risk mitigation. And this is not just in League, this is in all kinds of things, right? If you ever do investing, now I've never had a ton of money to invest, but I had a little bit saved up, and I bought some stock, and I researched a lot about finance. I'm not like a finance major or anything, but, you know, a lot of the best investors over time are people who take calculated risk, like smaller risks. They don't bet all of their money on penny stocks because they might get a 10,000% return. You know, they stick with stuff that's going to give them, you know, like a 5% return or a 10% return, depending on the market. But they take calculated risks. Now, it's not as much fun, per se, for a lot of people. To me, winning is fun, though. That's fun for me, is winning games. So, let's get out.
With ease.
Oh, I need to go ahead and kill this ward. But yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, is everyone thinks, well, you gotta be flashy, you gotta outplay people, you gotta make all these big moves. I'll tell you, if you watch a lot of pro players, they aren't always making flashy plays, they're just making correct plays. Now, they can make flashy plays on people that are, like, lower ranked a lot of times, or if they get really far ahead, but a lot of times they just make very, very conservative plays that are just smart incremental advantages, and they just add up over time. Exactly. Who has the ZZ Rod? Sion, I guess. Okay, let's just back up, guys. Just back up, guys. We got a dragon coming up. Don't lose this. Guys, it's 4v whatever, 3. It's 4v something bad. I almost canceled it. Don't dive that, please. Just get this. Oh my god. This guy's got to make the big cool play. I'm gonna have to go through this. Okay, well, Aurelion Soul's here now. Now we've got backup with Soul. Sion's playing, I mean, he's playing very reckless, but it is paying off. There's just so many ways that could go wrong, though. I think either just taking that tower and dragon would be better, or just taking the dragon. They're gonna get top, probably. I goofed that up. I didn't press my second Q fast enough. He's gonna get caught. Crap. I should have... Please, dude, come on, man. Like, I know you're strong, and I know it's fun to be really strong, but, like, it's, like, 1v4 at 17 minutes into a game. we're about to get Vel'Koz ulted, yep. Okay, so that doesn't work anymore. I guess they changed that. What can we get? Can we get this? We could maybe get Rift. Oh yeah, their whole team is AP. They don't have an AD. I mean, this is the problem with, like, Mordekaiser. Because he doesn't have range and he doesn't deal 80 damage. He doesn't crit strike. Like, he can do decent damage, but, like, not having range is such a huge liability. Oh, here we go. Sion versus the world. Take 2. Now featuring Janna. I don't have my ult. Guys, just... Holy crap. Have a shield. Whew. I got mana off of that assist from the coin. That's what gave me enough mana to shield the Caitlyn. I mean, this guy's making Sion look like a god champion. I mean, he's playing so ridiculously. I mean, part of it is I've been around a lot of this, bailing him out of everything. But, I mean, he has been doing a lot of it himself, too. For the, well, sort of. Oh, he's gonna take it. Oh, guys, I don't have mana for Sion versus the World, Part 3. Come on. Oh, God, that pathing, though. Oh, God, no. Like, Sion's strongest point is probably in the early to mid game because he doesn't scale very well. So just having all that innate tankiness is good, but like his base damages aren't going to be enough later into the game. We need Jax to be strong, but he's clowning. Alright, so we're going to go Mobies, and then, well, do we want to do that? Yeah, I think we go Mobies here so we can run around this Fiesta more, and then we'll probably just go Redemption. Bro. Never fear, Janna's here for all of your OP needs. Need a 0 tank Jax to tank Baron? No problem. We got Janna. Janna solves all. That's right. Janna is the expert farmer, right? She's the potato master. She's the Irish queen. The queen of the potatoes. Dude, I love some potatoes, though. I've got some Irish in my blood. I'll tell you what, I do. I love mashed potatoes, man. I want some right now. Anything potato. French fries. Mashed potatoes. Love it. No, Jax doesn't have the tankiness for that. Janna and Sion versus the world, part 3. Here we go. This is so ridiculous. You gotta run, buddy. I can't. I do have a cooldown. God. I don't think this is gonna work out so well with Caitlyn. That's just Sion and I. That's our thing that we do. Maybe with Jax if he gets a tank item. I don't think Jax and I. Janna's perfectly balanced. Pay no attention. Pay no attention to the Irish queen behind the curtain. Janna sucks! Why would anyone play Janna? She doesn't do anything. What is Janna supposed to do? All she does is just sits there and shields people. You can't win with Janna. Potatoes from Domino's. Does Domino's have potatoes? Hey, if someone wants to send me food, I'll take it. You just gotta tell me so I know that I'm not gonna get murdered at night. Even though that Sion made like a million mistakes, just the fact that he was so like adamant about it. I mean, it worked. He was tanky. He wasn't even really that tanky. Like, he had a ZZ Rock portal, and that's it. He just, like, he has his own shield, and then I kept shielding him. Now, they did buff Sion a little bit on this patch. Was it this patch, or is it the next patch? Might be this coming patch, 7.16. Where are those patch notes? Was Sion? No, it's this coming patch. I think they're buffing his health to be +3 instead of +2 on minion kills, which is actually pretty huge. That's a 50% buff. So, you know, if he kills 150 minions, he's going to get 450 extra health instead of only getting 300 health. So it's not like the biggest buff in the world, but it's okay. It's nice. Yeah, there's some chalky. Been sipping on some chalky. Season 1 Janna video parody. No, I haven't seen that. I mean, that was a fun game. Well, how many games have we played? I might just call it there. I need to keep it short afternoon streams because I have to do some things with the family sometimes. And then also, you know, I really need to do some of these coaching sessions and guides. I would like to get out a couple of coaching sessions and maybe a guide today. So I need to catch up. And then tomorrow night, that'll be good. I mean, I'm like... That's a good... Dude, Janna, LOL. That's right. That's a good place to stop, I think, because we're undefeated. I think we won all 4 games today, right? Or am I wrong? We dodged 1, but I think we won all of them. Yeah. We used our dodge for the day, and we won all games. We won all 4 non-dodge games, which is pretty good. With 3 different champions. Didn't quite get the 4. I would have played Rakan, but he was either picked or banned a lot. My Rakan KDA is getting pretty good, too. I'm bringing those stats down quite a lot. It used to be much higher. It's getting pretty good. I mean, it's not quite like Janna level yet, but it's getting pretty good. So yeah, we're knocking on the door. What are we at LP-wise now? 95. So we're getting close to the coveted Plat 1. So maybe tomorrow night we can do it. I think this is a good place for a nice little afternoon stream to stop. And then, like I said, that'll give me extra time to do some guides and coaching sessions and just come out with some more cool content for you. And then tomorrow, after Game of Thrones, around 10:30 p.m., we'll get back to business with a night stream for a few days. I know, Andy. It's coming back, buddy. It's just 2 days, man. It's just 2 days while the in-laws are here. And then next week, it'll be a few days, but... sometimes that happens, you know. I know everyone gets in their routine and they love their strategy professor late night, and I appreciate everyone being patient with me, but, you know, occasionally, we got to switch up the schedule just a little bit, just for some real life stuff. And keep in mind that I really don't take any day off, too. Like, I work basically on the channel for, like, 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know, it's every single day, most of the time. And so, you know, I think that's okay. Every now and then. It's not like I'm going out and like partying. I mean, even if I was, though, you know, like a couple of days a week I think would be fine. I do need to start hanging out with my friends up here more on Sundays. I can stream like after that maybe, but I need to hang out with them at least 1 day a week. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's going to be it for the games on the stream. I think that's a good place to stop. Got 4 games in, 4 wins, different champions. I'm going to release some more VODs. This will give me a chance to do the other stuff on the channel. And yeah. So if you look in the description, I've got a link that describes why I'm doing the afternoon streams for the last few days. Basically, do I have it pulled up here? Remember, I'll pull it up here. It's in the description. But basically, the in-laws are in town here for a couple of days, and they sleep in this room, so I just can't do it at night. Pull up the Google Doc here, and I'll show you what the schedule is really quickly here. It's linked in the description if you want to catch up. So basically, it's just 8-3 through 8-5. So today's the last day of this. It's just 2 days of 3-hour afternoon stream from about 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then next Thursday through Saturday and maybe Sunday. I might be able to stream on Sunday if we get back really late. The next Thursday through Saturday, at least, there won't be a stream because I'm traveling with my wife. She's playing some music on Thursday, I believe, and she's visiting some of her friends in North Carolina. And I mean, she's earned this vacation, right? Like, this is good. This is one of the last time she'll be able to do this. She's got to go back to work. She's, I believe, already used some of her vacation for extra maternity leave time. And so this will be, you know, just her little treat. you know, she hasn't got to play in quite a long time. You know, in the latter months of her pregnancy, she didn't play a lot because, you know, the traveling was hard, the standing up was hard. We just didn't know when the baby was going to be due. Just a lot of what ifs. And now, you know, with the new baby, you know, for the last couple of months or whatever, has been just a lot of, you know, just a lot of baby stuff, right? Just a lot of care, a lot of maintenance. And so allowing her to go on this trip and hang out with friends and play some music and all this stuff is just really good. So it's something, we want this. You want this. Trust me. You want a happy household. That means I get to stream. So it's good to go on these trips every now and then. So, because, you know, unlike a lot of other streamers, this isn't my full-time job yet. Although, I mean, honestly, I put way more time into this than I do into my classes. But that's because I've done my classes for a long time. I already kind of, and I teach the same stuff quite a lot. Like the same class. So I change like maybe 20% of the material. I find some cool new examples or activities or things like that. And every class is a little different depending on the tenor of the class. You know, sometimes I slow down a little bit or speed up. Like I do adjust. I'm not just like a carbon copy every semester, but I have the gist of it. You know, I know what the important topics are. I know how to approach them. I know what questions students will have a lot of the times. And so a lot of times I do spend full time on the channel versus the classes, but you know, basically I have other obligations. Like I'm not like a 20-year-old, you know, full-time streamer that makes a ton of money doing this. So sometimes I have to do family stuff or teaching stuff or whatever, even though I do full-time work on it. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but anyways, I hope you guys will be okay with that. If you're not, I apologize, but we will be back on track after the next 10 days or so. Like I said, tomorrow, after Game of Thrones, we'll have the evening stream, and then Monday evening stream. Tuesday we'll have members night. If you're interested in becoming a member, basically, and hopefully I'll get a haircut here soon. TM trademarked, or maybe tomorrow. Is that what I was going to trademark? But if you want to play on Tuesday nights, it's just $5. You just sign up via this, $5 a month. You get to play with me and other members. You get to hang out on the Discord. We're getting a lot of really fun people in there. We're sharing all kinds of cool stories. I can pull it up really quickly. I'm going to have a video that explains this soon, too, after I get that haircut. But we've been doing this for the last few Tuesdays. People have been asking me for ways to do a Discord, for ways to play with me on stream, play with each other. And the best way to do it, I think, is to just do like a $5 membership thing. It's like a Twitch membership, but you get a lot more stuff for it. So yeah, see, people were just coming through talking about all kinds of fun stuff in here, and then people had been leaving up a lot of links and pictures. I haven't even seen a lot of these. I haven't read this in a couple of days. Nope. But there's a lot of fun stuff on here. People, I think, set up an ARAM last time. Oh, that's fun. What is this? I like that. Some kind of filter or something, Snapchat filter. That's pretty funny. But yeah, so it's fun, and this is where we organize stuff. So if you want to get in on that and, you know, just take it up another level and just come hang out with a lot of the regulars, that's a fun way to do it. Just $5 a month. It's less than a quarter a day. It's great to support the content that you enjoy. I put a ton. I mean, you all know this. Anyone on this channel knows that I put like a zillion hours into the channel, into all the guides, the coaching, just everything. I try to give you as much in-depth info as I can to help you become better players, to gain more elo, also to have fun on the channel. But the main goal is to help people learn and become better players, and then the fun hopefully is there most of the time too. But yeah, you get to play with me, you get to play, you get to join the Discord, you get to vote on champions that I play, which I've gotten through a lot of these this week. I know Nidalee is one that I've added on, and then I still need to do like Blitz Kale. I did do the Nautilus tonight. Oriana and Morg. So you can vote on champions that I play. You can play with us on Tuesday. You can hang out in the Discord, join the fun community that we have going on. 10% discount if you want a coaching session or something. It would just be $18 instead of $20. If you're interested in that, or commissioning a guide. And then, especially when Warhammer 2 comes out, I'm going to allow people to vote on which factions they want to see me play. And then I'll release a few episodes for that faction, starting with Warhammer 2. I can still do it with the current Warhammer, but then all it is just a PayPal link here. There's no contract, cancel anytime. If you do cancel in the middle of the month, I still give you the benefits for the entire month. I can't prorate it, so if you leave like halfway through a billing cycle, I can't give you back like $3. But I I can still give you the benefits for the entire month. So if you decide halfway through a month, you know, you need that extra $5 for, you know, college tuition or something like that, then you can always cancel and still get the benefits for the whole month. But the idea is you just kind of sign up and you just keep coming in and enjoying, and as long as you're enjoying the content and having fun and really getting a lot out of it, then it would just be like a Twitch membership that you would just keep, right? But you can cancel anytime. So you have to make a PayPal account, which takes like 30 seconds, very secure, safe, no extra third-party stuff going on. So I think that it's a really cool system. We've got about 30 people so far that are in on it, so it's great. Some people do it. I mean, like Rune is a person that's here all the time. She plays in Oceanic, and she doesn't have a lot of time or will to like make an account over here to play with us on Members Night, but she still votes on champions, and she still just comes in and has a blast, just shares, you know, pictures of her wallaby with people. I think she lives in Australia, if I remember correctly. She's from Tasmania, I believe, something like that. I don't remember, but she lives in Australia, and she's just sharing all kinds of fun pictures and stories and just hanging out in here and chatting with people. So it's fun, even if you just want to support the channel and just hang out and chat. I think it's pretty cool. And because that's a more private space, then I can allow things like links, like sharing pictures and things like that, because it's not, there's a much lower chance of trolls being in there. Whereas on YouTube, I can't really allow links because people could link you to viruses or to, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff. So it's just a cooler way to chat, I think. Tasmania, yes, I got it right. Oh, the lag is also too much. That's a thing. Some students do watch. There's one, Austin, that I had before that comes in. I think there might be others. I mean, there's a lot of people that could be watching. Like, probably only 1% of the population actually comments that watches. Maybe not that low, but it's pretty low. It's like less than 20% of people that watch ever leave a comment, I think. I don't know, have the exact stats, but it's very few people. So it could be students watching. I don't know. I know my cousin watches sometimes. He's like 12. I had no idea until I said that I left a comment, the video when I went to the hospital with my wife for labor. Then my aunt called me and said, you know, congratulations or whatever, and we hadn't told anybody anywhere else except for I left that video, and it was because my cousin had watched and saw that we were going into labor and then told his mom, and that's how she figured it out. So there are a lot of people that watch. Yeah, you get to ask more questions, and I typically am a little bit better about answering them. I try to answer as many in stream as possible. But you can ask me question here, TSB questions, and I get to them faster. Or I always get to them because they're just recorded here. As soon as the stream goes offline, I can't go back and look at the questions, but here I can. You can always leave me comments, but anyways. It's a cool system. I think a lot of people would really enjoy it if you can afford $1/4 a day. Blast the new bronze. Check out the new teaser. I can't watch it. Yeah, I know Europeans love this time. That's why I might try to incorporate, like, maybe a couple of times a month doing an afternoon stream so that European fans can watch me live. Like, maybe on a Saturday afternoon or something, maybe. Because I know that a lot of my stream times are not very friendly for European people. Because basically, I start Western European people, EU West. Because I believe they're 6 hours ahead. So, you know, if my stream starts at like 9 o'clock, that's 3 in the morning. And if it ends at 3 o'clock, then that is 9 in the morning. So it's like from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. for a lot of people. And that's just obviously really hard to do. So I appreciate people watching the VODs and coming out whenever they can. But I think it would be cool to just show them a little love and do like an afternoon stream every now and then. Although that doesn't work with my schedule. Because if I started it like today, you know, 11 to 2, that's going to be 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. for them, which is probably wonderful. That's right when they're coming off work a lot of times. So oh, I know you wouldn't like the stream, the Australian people would not like the afternoon stream, and then also, you know, a lot of American, South American, Central American viewers would. It's okay, you know, middle of the day, but a lot of people have to work, and a lot of people have other stuff going on, so that's why I do the evening stream. But anyways, let me see if there's any final questions here. Hey, Robin, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the night shift people like it. That's just, I mean, that's the only time I can do it. It has to be something that I can do consistently, because I don't want to say, like, well, you know, I will start at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but only on Tuesday, Wednesday, or only on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday when I don't have classes, and then when I have classes on Monday, Wednesday, then I'm actually going to start at 10 p.m. and stuff like that. Like, I could wiggle around and do that, just have different streams at different times, but that's just going to confuse people and freak them out. And so I can, you know, if I say that it's like 9 p.m. most nights, like starting between 9 and 10 p.m., then that's something people can count on. They know when it's happening. They can, you know, budget parts out of their day for that if they want to. They know what to expect rather than have all these different times. So that's the only time I can really budget and say, yes, I can do it, is like late evening to early nighttime. Hey, that's fine, Kevin. I like it. I'm down with that. That's true, Robin. I'm sorry, Frank. It's just 2 days, man. We'll be back on night stream tomorrow night. I know. It's not... I mean, it's obviously not for a lot of people on the channel, right? Like, people tune in because my time works for them a lot of the time. You know, we peaked at like 116 or something viewers, which is about what I expected. Whereas on a typical night, we're going to have 180 or something. So, yeah, it's not something that, you know, I would opt into a lot of the time, right? It's just for these couple of days because I wanted to give some live content for people. And then you can always watch the replays of it too. So yeah, it's not for a lot of people. You're not alone. I don't know. I think my stream might get flagged if I watch the new champ. I can talk about it. I'll research it and talk about it next stream, but I can't typically watch other videos while I'm on stream because YouTube will flag it. And for good reason. I mean, people could just like, you know, just show a recording of someone else's video and monetize it and make money off of it. So like someone, you know, could show like my stream. They could be watching my stream and be streaming them watching my stream to try to get viewers out of it, you know? And that's wrong. So I understand why YouTube does that, but I can't watch video or it'll get flagged and I'll have to take it down. But I will look at it and I can give you guys an opinion. There's probably not going to be much about it. I mean, so much of like the power of a champ is their numbers, right? So like they can have a really cool kit, but if they don't have the numbers to back it up, then they're just not going to be that strong a lot of times. Now there are some exceptions, like Thresh's kit is kind of universally always good, almost regardless of his numbers. Like he could do virtually 0 damage and his kit would still be good. But for a lot of champions, especially non-support champions, you know, if they just don't have the numbers to back up their cool kit, then they're just not going to get played a lot. Oh, I see. Yeah. Gotcha. Orin. Okay, I think that's going to be it. Thank you so much for the sub, by the way, too. Who subbed? Ehob, thank you so much. And Elias. And Odysseus, Catbug. Thank you all so much. Okay, see, I think that's going to about do it. Okay, well, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Like I said, tomorrow night, I will be back on after Game of Thrones and after I put my daughter to bed and all that stuff. That's around her bedtime is when Game of Thrones comes on, so, you know, a lot of times we're a little delayed watching it. That's the schedule that my wife has her on right now, so, you know, we'll watch Game of Thrones, and then we'll put the daughter to bed, and then I should be able to get on at about 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. There's an outside chance I might actually hang out with my buddies tomorrow night. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I'd say there's a really high chance that I'm going to be on tomorrow night around 10:30 p.m. and I'll let you know if I'm not. And then we'll definitely be back to our normal schedule on Monday. Okay, well, thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see everybody next time.